CDN News at 8, live from Carmel Catholic High School with Aaron Risley, Hope Simutis, and Chief Meteorologist Willie Gillespie.
Good morning, Carmel Catholic. I'm Aaron Risley.
And I'm Hope Simutis. Thank you for joining us this morning. It's 8:03.
If you are a freshman, sophomore, or junior interested in learning more about the classes that Fine Arts has to offer, you are invited to the Fine Arts Coffee Talk. The event will take place after school in the IC at 3:30. Coffee, tea, hot chocolate, and treats will be served.
A panel of juniors and seniors will share their experiences in fine arts classes, and guests will have the opportunity to ask about classes that interest them. If you have questions about this event, please contact Mrs. Hawk at jhawk@carmelhs.org. The meeting will also be broadcasted on CDN, so if you can't make it, you can watch it on your convenience.
Next up, we have Liam Brown with sports, followed by an interview with Caitlin Drobinski and CJ George from robotics.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Hope. So the boys' basketball team fell to Marion last night by a score of 43-54. Their next game is versus Bennett here on Friday. And speaking of Bennett, the guys' team is playing Bennett Friday once again, yes. And the girls' team plays Bennett here tonight. And CDN will have coverage of this on the YouTube channel. And the JV dance team has a JV championship at Glenbrook South this Sunday, the 22nd. In varsity, they have sectionals competition at South Elgin High School. They'll be the first to perform at 9:45 in the morning. This event determines whether or not Carmel will have their second appearance in the IHSA Dance State Finals. And the Bears introduced their new CEO and president, Kevin Warren, yesterday. Kevin Warren helped the Vikings get their new U.S. Bank Dome Stadium. And he looks to do the same for the Bears, hoping to move to Arlington Heights. He ended his presser yesterday giving an empathetic speech about how he wants to reach the pinnacle for the Bears, something that they haven't done in nearly 40 years, is win the Super Bowl and hoist the Lombardi Trophy. And looking ahead to the NFL this weekend, the Cowboys travel to San Francisco to see George Kittle and the Niners. The 49ers haven't lost ever since Brock Purdy took over on October 23rd. They haven't lost since before Halloween. But they're getting healthy at the right time with Deebo Samuel coming back. And Kyle Shanahan did say that if Jimmy Garoppolo did come back, Brock Purdy would be the starter. But they'll have a tough match, man for man, versus the Cowboys this Sunday. And the Giants look to go to the Lincoln, get a dub to go to the NFC Championship game, something that they haven't done in almost a decade, not winning in Philly ever since 2013. They had a very impressive win versus Minnesota last Sunday, but the Eagles are well rested with a needed bye week. They had a lot of injuries. They have dealt with injuries recently, but are looking to host the NFC Championship game the following Sunday. And now at the desk, we are joined by none other than CJ George and Caitlin Drobinski. Thanks for coming on, guys. So, Caitlin, what was your favorite part of the meet this past Saturday?
So, kind of a funny moment. One of the first few games, our battery got disconnected from the robot, so it completely stopped working. So a few inches away from the robot, it was just sitting on the ground. And the official came over to us and saying, "Is your robot really disconnected?" And so it's just kind of sitting there for the rest of the match.
So CJ, you broadcast, you were the MC for robotics. How did having a robotics background help you announce?
It helped me with being able to understand what was going on, because there's a lot more moving parts than I think most people realize during the matches, especially with the end game period, and knowing what all that stuff was and what all the different scoring elements would be really helped me be able to communicate most effectively.
So Caitlin, after the first match, or when your bot died, how did the team come together to improve for the following matches?
We made some adjustments to the robot so that it can continue working, not at full capacity because there were some issues with the robot, but we were able to pull through in the end and be able to fix it.
So how did you find a rhythm for announcing, CJ? Obviously the beginning didn't go well, but towards the end you kind of found it.
I'd say the first 4 to 5 matches were really rough. After that, it was more just I think I finally got the confidence. I finally figured out what was actually going on and figured out how to give the play-by-plays during the matches, and that really helped once I figured that out.
Thank you, guys. When we come back, we have Jackie Kagler with some world news.
Jacqueline Kaglar. We start this morning with breaking news at 8 o'clock. A helicopter crash in Ukraine has killed at least 17 people, including the Minister of Internal Affairs, and wounded 25 people. The Interior Minister oversaw Ukraine's police and tens of thousands of war combatants. The crash damaged a kindergarten and a 14-story residential building. Although officials aren't sure yet how the helicopter crashed, there is no evidence of the helicopter being shot down. The wounded are being treated at a hospital nearby the site of the crash. I'm Jacqueline Kaglar, and we have more after this.
Welcome back. All CCHS students are welcome to audition for the spring musical Guys and Dolls. Auditions will be held on Wednesday, January 25th, with callbacks for some students on Thursday, January 26th at 3:30. Please save both days after school. Auditions will be held in the auditorium.
For the audition, students will be asked to sing 1 minute of a Broadway or musical theater song of your choice that is not from Guys and Dolls. Everyone who auditions will be also taught a short dance and will perform the dance in small groups as part of the audition. Make sure to wear comfortable clothes and shoes that you can dance in.
If you have any questions about the audition, please see Mrs. Hawk in the choral classroom, FA4, or Ms. Rovick in the drama classroom next to the auditorium. That's what we have for today. As always, I'm Erin Risley.
And I'm Hope Semudis. Thank you for joining us this morning, and have a well Wednesday, Carmel.